Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
and welcome to Gamer's Guide to the Galaxy.
A show dedicated to various things gaming.
Where we will discuss all of them. All of them.
Maybe.
All right. So yeah. You're looking. So last week we discussed Destiny coming out today, and today Destiny came out, and only one of us had a chance to play it so far. That was Jacob. So Jacob, let's see your
Well, it's the hard dedication of staying up through the whole midnight preview, or premiere, whatever the hell it's called.
release.
I got to play a little bit last night, and for about 3 hours today. It's a very brief view, but I still got to power through a lot of the stuff I've already seen, like from the alpha and the beta, which was common, so I got through that pretty quickly within the first 2 hours. After that, you get to immediately go to new planets like the moon, which is not really a planet, but it's freaking awesome. It's got really good graphics so far. I'm really impressed with the visuals every single time. I actually sat there for 20 minutes trying to do a freaking barrel roll. Got it though.
Now, when you go to the other planets, is it like different gravity?
No, it is artificial gravity the entire time.
Okay.
But it would be a monstrosity if they had like moon gravity, because that game is to just sit there and start flying away. Like my character, the Warlock, actually has a glide ability built in. I was doing that while on moon gravity. I would just be like, shit.
And just an animation of you flying into space. You're dead.
Pretty much what would happen. But it's a lot of fun. It is a little bit repetitious at this point, just because the enemy types that they're throwing actually are basic right now, at least where I'm at in the storyline. Did start to do a really weird thing. Is spoiler alert in case you're playing Destiny or you haven't gotten to the moon yet. One of the things that you do is you actually hold a relic sword. And normally, like for example, in Diablo or any of the other kind of MMOs that you play, you pick it up and you're done, or you fight the waves of enemies that follow it. You actually picked up the sword and used it. And I was like, do I get to use this? Oh god! And it's like a limited ammo, it's pretty much a one-shot kill on almost anything besides the super high-powered enemies. I'm not going to spoil what they are or why you're getting this relic or anything. But you literally just kind of go into this and you smash the ground for a good 20 minutes, and it's so satisfying. It's one of the most satisfying parts of the game so far. But, I mean, the customization that you can do on these, I've already seen some people that have pretty much already reached the level cap, which is currently 20, and just started getting like some decked out armor. And even from what I'm seeing right now, it's pretty cool. I'm really excited to get some really good gear. And even with just doing the missions, you get really good unique gear, which is green, and you actually do different abilities. And the last ability always is a damage modifier, so you can keep it longer, which I thought was really cool because right now, like, you can sit there and grab a level 2 weapon and then get level up to level 3 or level 4. That weapon is now garbage. It's the worst thing in the world. Like, you're sitting there for 20 minutes hitting one dude and you're just like, I'm just going to punch him. This is going to be quicker. So that happened to me like once or twice where I just kept on to the weapon because I liked it instead of changing out the weapon. If I wouldn't like that weapon, it would do more damage.
Okay. Interesting game. Now, did they talk you into the enhanced pass?
Yeah.
Okay. Not the only one. Not the only one.
Well, it's more of an expansion pack, like kind of like WoW.
It's like it's kind of like. For those of you that don't know, I think it's like what 2 DLCs, one this December, one early next year.
And they're not even called DLCs; they're called expansion packs.
Yeah, and they cost as much as an expansion pack. They're on their own.
$30.
They're like
Together.
Yeah, $30 together, like $20 on their own.
Yeah.
$20 each on their own. So.
But I believe each one of those is a full campaign. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal for that. And so if you haven't got Destiny, I would suggest getting that if you really are interested, because it's kind of like a limited time thing, I believe.
Also, cry at everyone already higher level than you. So it's really upsetting.
Yeah. If you haven't played it yet, you're lower level than everyone. We'll see that when I play it later. I'll play it this weekend.
Also, I had a total Guardians of the Galaxy moment on Destiny already.
Did someone get your dick message?
No, someone did not get my dick message.
That is very upsetting.
But I legitimately did have dance off with somebody and shot them in the head. I was like, I'm gonna scratch you. and just like shot them right in the face. It was the most,
Victory by dance off. Okay.
it was funny.
Okay.
But personally, I give it probably, I would say, a very good score. I'm not sure where it lies right now because I haven't finished it and I really haven't delved into multiplayer. But anybody who's expecting like Halo from this or something like that from Bungie right now, this is not Halo. It's more of Diablo with guns. It's not Borderlands, it's Diablo with guns so far.
Diablo with guns. I can deal with that.
Diablo with guns.
I can deal with that.
Yeah. Although currently, I can see the way that they're doing this. I actually have the app installed on my phone, just because they said the companion app is pretty good. It is really nice. You can buy weapons on it. Like I did it today at work. Actually, I bought a helmet because it was better than mine. Equipped it at work. Went home, and when I went to load up Destiny, my dude already had it on.
Nice. Nice.
That and then, like I said, crap. What was I doing that?
So basically, they found a way to get people to spend money even when they're not playing the game.
Well, it's all in-game currency. It's not microtransactions.
Oh, okay.
Which is good.
I gotta respect that. No microtransactions. Can you do it through microtransactions?
No. It's
Okay.
all in-game glimmer.
So
Okay.
that is good. That is good. That is good to hear. There are still some companies out there that don't do that.
Yes.
But I'm really starting to get the Iron Banner, what it's called. It's pretty much going to a certain match of the Crucible where it's iron something, I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But it means that in normal multiplayer in this game, the only way that they can make it really fair is they eliminate all your perks from your guns. You all have base weaponry, all of them have the same type of damage output, they're all fixed values like you would see in a normal multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then once you're in iron, all your perks come back. So for example, if I have a 98 damage auto rifle and he has a 300 damage sniper, I lost that fight. I straight up lost. So their catchphrase for that is bring your best gear or prepare to die. A lot.
I will bring the worst gear, and I will die a lot, but I will annoy the hell out of him.
No, you won't. Trust me, no, you won't. You wouldn't get close. Because you also have to figure in they have higher armor ratings than you do too.
Doesn't mean I can't annoy them.
No, it really means that. Like,
How would you propose annoying them?
you have no damage and they have higher armor rating. You literally be like, boom.
Oh wait, no.
Headshot.
Sorry, I can't do that. See, I was thinking of Call of Duty where I just ran around throwing flashbangs everywhere when people started. When I was obviously in a match against a team that was much better than me. I would do nothing but throw the flashbangs and the stun grenades around because it would annoy the hell out of everyone. And then they'd all target me, and it was just fun.
Yeah.
And then I would, cook a grenade, and I would die, and then the grenade would fall, and they would go over to teabag me, and they'd blow up. It worked out for everyone. I don't see what the problem was.
Well, the problem with that is, Adam, you don't get that many grenades in Destiny. You get one, and then it has a cooldown, and that's it.
Then it has a cooldown.
Yeah. It's like a normal ability. You throw it out, it explodes. You have different types of grenades. Right now I'm using Vortex one, so everything just stays in one place. And then what I'll do is I'll combo that with my Warlock special ability, where I just kind of use the Force, blow shit up, and then run in with my shotgun if I have to, and everything dies.
Okay.
So you throw a grenade, it explodes.
Yep.
And then it cools down and somehow comes back to you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, you also pull a sparrow out your ass like every 2 seconds, so like literally it just materializes under you. And also, spoiler alert, you're a zombie.
You're a zombie.
The little guy that you see in all like the trailers and stuff, it's called a ghost. And it's a little machine that floats, kind of like from Portal 2, all the personality cores.
Yeah.
They kind of look like that. They're kind of like that kind of person. They hang around you. But he actually reanimates you. He's like, you've been dead for a while. Let's go have some fun.
Let's go have some fun, yeah.
And that's pretty much how you start Destiny. And it's a really fun game. It's the first game in a long time where I've sat down, started playing, looked at the clock, I'm like, okay, I can play for 5 minutes. Started playing, finished like 2-3 missions, go, oh, it's been 3 hours. Well,
It's good.
I lost my afternoon. Might as well keep playing.
It's been a long time since since I've had a game like that too.
So I'm really curious to see, what the cap, once I get to the cap, how it plays out, how I feel about it. I'm really looking forward to the raids because that's where I love to be. 3 or 4 people at a time, especially with a bunch of my friends. I've actually got a few people already lined up that we're going to do it with, but have gigantic raid bosses. So that's gonna be fun.
That should be fun.
Oh, and I remember what I was going to say earlier. Sorry, it came back in the middle of that rant. They're trying to make sure that they're listening to feedback. It's very important to them. I actually have it on my phone at one point. They have, I think, a 3-page list of patch notes for day 1 that you will have to download. Of all the complaints from the beta and the alpha that they changed. And it actually gave them a good place for launch. I think a lot of things are a little bit underpowered but balanced still, especially for multiplayer. But like in the main campaign, you're a little underpowered, which is actually fun.
Oh yeah.
But it's something like that takes the dedication that I'm really looking forward to. Because if I, am very dissatisfied, hey, the warlock really seems weak right now. Every time I get into multiplayer, I just get my ass handed to me because the Titan comes in and whoops my ass every single time. They're paying attention to that, and they'll tweak the Titan so he's a little bit less powerful, Warlock a little bit more powerful maybe, and kind of keep that balance.
So they're basically not just responding back with, well, obviously you suck at the game.
Yeah, or doing the Call of Duty thing of, well, it's out.
It's out. Yeah.
And that's
Use a different gun.
You know what I mean? Oh, you're not using that gun? Why? It's clearly better. Because I like this gun.
So, yeah, it's just I like 3-round burst. Well, full automatic does more damage, but the 3-round burst is more. Full automatic does more damage. That's why you're dying.
Yeah.
Noob tube everything.
So it's a lot of fun. I haven't played the multiplayer on the main game yet. From the beta and the alpha, multiplayer is fun. It's the first multiplayer I've had in a while. Like Titanfall, kind of fun. You know what I mean? You can still suck and be good, and do something for your team. This is where you actually do have to develop skill, but it's not a barrier to entry. Like kind of like as a StarCraft 2, for example. I can't play StarCraft 2 because for me that's a big barrier of entry. Because I don't know the game.
I would have to agree with that. How many games did I lose before I won my first game?
I don't know how many you lost.
It was over 100.
Okay.
It was, yeah. For anyone out there who's thinking about trying StarCraft 2, don't be discouraged by a couple losses. I went over 100 before I won.
But I mean, you can pick up a sniper and you can do 2 body shots and kill anybody. One hit to the head, kill them.
Okay.
So that's really satisfying. If you really suck, use your heavy weapons. Wait till they spawn. Use your heavy weapons until you get better with positioning. It's a lot of fun. I definitely like it. I'd recommend it to anybody at this point.
Okay.
So that's my quick review. I would go more in depth if I had more time to actually play it.
Okay. And, well, he brought up StarCraft, and I think that's a good way to transition into the fact that WCS is changing its rules.
Yes. They are. Essentially, if you're not a citizen or have a green card in a
I think it's a visa for the entire duration of the tournament.
a visa for the entire duration of the tournament, you cannot participate in
Any
in
the region
yeah.
you want to participate in. Now, this is not going to affect some. It's not going to affect Holt or Violet, who have residencies in America.
But it specifically targets Koreans.
Yeah.
Who are entering not just in Asia, but also in Europe and North America, and winning.
Yeah. Well, it is becoming a saturated mix. The top 16 are Koreans and Snoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Snoop.
This is true.
And like the list it's still until you get into the 20s until you find another foreigner. Like I see why they're doing this. I mean, GSL no longer is no longer worth more WCS points.
Right.
It's worth the same amount as WCS America and WCS Europe. So.
Also, I mean, from what it sounds like, it's kind of like keeping them localized a little bit more, and that would probably open up a bigger, global tournament kind of feel.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah. Well,
People are freaking out anyway.
yeah, people are freaking out about it, but I gotta say, I mean, A lot of the fan favorites are not going to have a problem. MC lives in Germany most of the year. He does have residency there. Bolt and Vi, like I said, do have residency in America. They do live here for most of the year. A lot of the players do. But a lot of them are doing this thing where round of 32 is online, so they play from Korea. And if they don't make it, they don't have to worry about getting over here. If they do make it, then they'll figure it out then.
Right.
This has caused problems with the stream. This causes problems with the tournament. There's lag. There's
all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
There's all kinds of problems, and then it's the hassle. I'm sure it's a hassle getting all the players together. Like, oh, you were the last group for the round of 32, and you made it, and you don't have your visa yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some real big surge of like Koreans in professional gaming leagues. Like not only on StarCraft,
I know.
but like League,
It's
Dota
League,
2,
Dota 2, yeah.
even as like far as like console gaming goes.
Yeah.
Like the top MLG teams usually have a Korean in them, and not like it's races or anything, but I feel like they have a kind of a competitive edge because in Korea, I'm not sure if it's north or south because I'm very bad at
South.
Thank you.
Definitely not north.
Definitely not North.
That's right. I couldn't remember which one was the one that's not cool.
The only people in North, the only people in North that could watch this would be Kim Jong Un. Just let's say that.
Yeah. So people in South Korea, it's more accepted there. It's more of, oh, you play video games a lot? Okay. Whereas, for example, we all get flack.
Oh yeah, and there are celebrities there, like top gamers there. They couldn't walk down the street without getting stopped for autographs. And here it's like, the top gamer could walk down the street and never get noticed.
Probably get shoved.
But there's also, I mean, that's because it's a cultural difference.
Yeah.
You have in Korea, a lot of it is that gaming is almost as big, possibly as big as actual sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the way sports are
Here.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. StarCraft to them is football to us, basically.
Yeah.
And that kind of, like I was saying, it kind of gives them that. It's a small edge, but like for example, we've all gone to college. We all have full-time jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, pros do not have full-time jobs very often. They dedicate all. But for example, I know top league players. Riot actually gives them housing and money.
Oh yeah.
And they still make about minimum wage, like as a yearly average. It's horrible. While I feel like over there it's a little bit more accepted and they can make a little bit better money as in comparison, like living wise. So it's not as big a risk. You know what I mean?
Over there you have actual like team houses where
Yeah.
everybody on a team will live together and
They
they'll practice
have them
together.
here now too.
For sure.
Some.
They have a lot more of them in Europe than they have here, but they do have team houses.
Yeah.
I know that.
I mean, but the other thing is, yeah, you're right.
And well,
Let's see, there's EG, which you kind of can call a team, but it's actually a company.
yeah, but
They
it's
make
so
most of the money off.
so is
their
Acer.
too. True. No, I know. I realize.
Well,
Those are
They're
sponsorships though, or Acer is a sponsorship more.
but it's a sponsorship, but it's a loan sponsorship of a team. It's their team.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. What do you think of the new rule? Like, do you think it's gonna cause anything different, or?
I mean, there will be a difference. There will actually be someone from North America winning the North American tournament. There will be actually someone from Europe winning the European tournament.
I wouldn't. Remember what I said. Polt and Violet still can compete, and MC can still compete.
Which they're residents of North America and Europe. So
Okay.
what
okay.
I said was not wrong.
Okay. But do you think that'll affect BlizzCon at the end of the year?
I think it'll affect the BlizzCon.
Top 16 go to BlizzCon. Usually it's about 15 to 16 Koreans.
It'll affect BlizzCon.
You think we'll have more foreigners?
Yeah.
I'd like to see more foreigners at BlizzCon. But I feel like sometimes when the Koreans notice that they're like, 17, 18, maybe up to 20, they're like, okay, what tournament can I go to? and they go to whatever tournament they can to get those points. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, CJ Antishiro qualified for Intel Extreme Masters, and then he went to another qualifier and won that one to get more points.
Of course.
Hey, he won both. I mean, can't blame a guy for trying.
Now, because I'm not good at StarCraft, but would that affect the Grandmasters list, or is that worldwide?
Grandmasters list is regional and it's based on the server, so
Okay, so
it's
But
the
anyone can play on any server they
Yeah.
want. At any time.
and also you got to remember it's the top 200 and I know on the European server MC has 4, one for Protoss, one for Zerg, one for Terran, and one for Random. All of them are Grandmasters, so there goes 4 slots.
I'm league it's 50.
50? Damn. I also know that I've also seen American Grandmaster players face American pros, like North American pros. They're actually from North America, I believe. Canada was where he was from, technically. And it's still sometimes night and day. So, just about that edge of being a pro gamer can be.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes. It's gonna be interesting to see how many of the Koreans get their visas in order and get over here, or how many just decide to stay over in Korea. And
I wonder if it's gonna do like a lot of like fake marriages or like that shady green card stuff. That'd be hilarious if like all of a sudden like tons of Koreans start flooding into marriage like illegally and then somehow like sketchily getting their green cards.
Oh God!
They'd be like, oh no, this is Bernice. I totally love her. And like she's just from Missouri and she's just like 300 pounds. And she's just like, give me my shotgun.
I think, like I said, I think they only need to have a visa, and the visa has to be for the duration of the tournament, whether they go on to the round of 16 or not, or the round of 8. So that means that they have to be here before the round of 32 begins, and they have to be here until at least the day after the finals. So we'll see how it goes. I mean,
Which requires a place to stay, and it's a good way to lock it down a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean,
there's always going to be ways around to manipulate the rules, regardless.
Yeah.
So
it was kind of just a way to be like, well, if you're gonna compete here, you have to live here.
Mhm.
It's kind of like if you're gonna compete in North America against North American players, it would be nice if you actually lived in North America. Whether you were born in North America, they don't care. Whether you come from North America, they don't care. As long as you live here.
I think that would also bring up a good point is it gives more players an opportunity to, enter up in the top.
Oh yeah.
Just because, for example, say, number 1 team in Korea also wins the one in North America. It has knocked out, a few players from North America who would normally have qualified.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be a little bit better for it as far as getting like team diversity and getting new teams into that upper tier of learning new things and learning how that is played, so that way maybe they can be the next up and coming team.
yes, yeah, exactly. It helps spread the popularity of being a pro gamer
Yeah.
to regions it's not already in.
I mean, you talked about the salary like league players get, and I don't know what the general salary of StarCraft 2 player gets, but the tournaments can sometimes be for like $100,000.
Yeah.
So.
But is that $100,000 per player or $100,000 per team?
Intel Extreme Masters Final was $100,000 winner takes all, one player.
Gotcha.
So BlizzCon is $100,000 winner takes all, I believe.
Well, that's still a decent salary for a year. You know what I mean? 6-figure salary for a year, you can live okay. You're not pulling any rich guy moves, or if you are, you're poor at the end of the year. But unless you have some more income.
Oh yeah.
But I know the way that league tournaments work is your entire team gets a cut plus your coach.
Yeah.
If you have a coach.
Well,
you don't have to have one, but a lot of people do.
what I know is WCS usually it's $25,000 for first, and I think $15,000 for second,
So,
and $5,000 for third, which is a good chunk of change. Something just half handed to you,
Yeah.
And then you also get points, And like I said, at the end of the year, when BlizzCon comes around,
Yeah.
top 16 players, the most points go to BlizzCon, 100 grand tournament, winner takes all. That's a lot of money that they can win if they work at it. And then there's other tournaments where, they don't have as big a prize pools, but some are up to like 10 grand. And the dog, for some reason, feels the need to carry her food out of the kitchen into the living room, drop it on the carpet, and eat it off there, where the mic can probably pick it up. So we apologize for that.
Yeah, for the sudden crunching.
Sudden crunch.
I also really do wonder though about on all these tournaments. I've always wondered if it gets taxed. I'm sure it does.
It does, and it's probably based on the local.
I was gonna say 'cause that would be a real big incentive, for example, a Korean team to go like, oh, North America doesn't tax nearly as bad as we do. Go over there, win the same prize pot, but get more money out of it. Go back to Korea, be like, haha.
But the funny thing about a lot of the Koreans is though, they give the money to their parents. like I remember when MC won WSS Europe, they were like, before the tournament, they were like, what are you gonna do? Like I was like, I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna buy a house. If I win, when I win, I'm gonna buy myself a car and a house. He wins, they're like, what are you gonna do with the money? You said you're gonna buy a car and a house. He's like, probably give it to my mom. I love MC.
But see, that's to me is a very nice gesture and a very selfless gesture. But even if it's commonplace there, to not be a selfish prick.
Yeah.
Immediately, like I know that would immediately go to my head. I'd be like, I'm rich, rich. And I just go out and buy 3 cars for no reason. For no reason.
What I've seen a lot of pro gamers do is they use the prize money they've earned and they either they give it to their parents or they use it for college. So
yeah.
I don't see how pro gaming could ever be a bad thing. A lot of gamers use it for college, I've seen.
And honestly, some of the pro gamers I've seen, they have some of the amazing fiscal responsibility I've ever seen. It's horrible. I'm just trying to power through it.
Power through it. If we keep talking, maybe the mic will think it's ambient noise.
Yeah, hopefully. But I've seen a lot of for example, one of my favorite people, Skara. He doesn't make a lot of money, but he's an overly nice person, and he lives off of what he makes. You know what I mean? But he's highly educated. He always, whenever somebody's really mean to him or something like that, or he finds himself thinking hateful thoughts, he really nice. Just like, I'm being really big of a dick. Sorry. And then he tries to help people get better and share the wealth kind of type of deal.
Yeah.
So I always like to see that instead of somebody for example, in my realm, because I don't know StarCraft players, unfortunately. But
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of them that are just gigantic dicks. Where there's they think that they're the best thing ever, and then the one guy that you were talking about a few days back, that was the one grandmaster was just kind of toying with him, and he just quit because the dude was toying with him.
Yeah, but I watched that guy, the guy he was toying with streaming. That guy kind of deserved to be toyed with.
As I'm saying though, that guy is a dick.
Yeah, that guy was a dick, and the pro player. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't want people thinking this player is a dick. He just was messing with him. He's like, you come into this tournament thinking you're the toughest shit ever. Yeah, I'll show you. And then he built a Nexus in his base. I mean, you know your opponent's not taking you seriously when they throw a Nexus down in your base.
I think it's probably about time for a break.
Yeah, we're going to go on break. We'll be back in a few minutes. And see you soon.
Bye.